Um, Last night I was listening to these webbot predictions and all of the really, really bad shit that's gonna happen. And then today I get up and one of the channels I subscribe to is having, they posting all of these prophecies in, like the Mayan calendar and the Bible and a lot of people's experiences of like Edgar Casey, all of the predictions, all of the prophecies in our past, they're all basically the same if you can kind of understand what's going on. But if you understand the science of the webbot, what is going on for them to be able to predict the future is they're looking at what the subconscious mind is on a global basis. They are tracking the types of words people are using in their conversations and life experiences that people are having on a global basis are affecting how we perceive our world from a subconscious level, which is changing the words that we use all the time. So, subconsciously, we know what's going on. We can predict the future because there's a timeline that will unfold if we believe and are affected by what's out in our world. And so, therefore, that's saying any type of event can affect the way you think. So, if that makes sense, then you have the power to shift that. You have the power to listen to any kind of belief, any type of concept out there, and allow that to just shift the way you think. If you believe in it, if you want it. So, if this is true, and you see that there's a possibility to just shift everybody's thinking, then the web bots will change and the predictions will change. Now, if you can see what these elites are doing, I mean, they've been known to say they're doing God's work. When you see all of these predictions that are coming from a Bible, that all of these bad things need to happen and these world wars need to happen and our air needs to be polluted in order for these prophecies to come true, these guys really think that in order to make the Bible prophecies actually come through, they need to do something about that. They need to actually do something that does destroy the air. They need to orchestrate the types of wars that we need to have so that the Bible prophecies will be true, so everybody will believe God's words. And I'm kind of thinking, like, let's look at what God is and evil is. And it's like we think evil is a bad thing because of temptation and and evil is the one that tempted you to eat the apple when it was freaking God that made that apple tree and then said don't touch it. So God is the one that puts all of this negative shit out there just to see what we're going to do with it. And he's put all of these prophecies out there just to see, are we going to play the game? And so that's an aspect of evil, and there's an aspect of evil within the Bible, and it's like there's a lot of Christians that are also feeding into we need the destruction of the planet because that's the only way that we're going to get rid of all of these evil people, and they're not seeing that God's trying to tell you, no, do everything you can to prevent this. Every Christian that says that we need, the destruction of the planet so that God will judge us all and get rid of all of the evil people, you are the evil people. Because you are no different than the elites that are trying to orchestrate a war. You are playing the role of creating the destruction of the friggin' planet if you believe this needs to happen. So you need to shift it and not play into it. Don't take that apple. Don't believe in these prophecies. what you see is going to happen, shift it and believe, no, this isn't going to happen. For some reason, we're just going to shift the whole entire planet. We're just going to shift the way we all think. And what is it we all want to think? We all want to think everybody's our enemy. Well, we could think that, hey, it's all one big misunderstanding and we're going to have this big wake up and we're going to know how to solve our own problems. We're going to know how to transform everything, and the world is going to be great and amazing, and the world is not going to come to an end. We can transform the air that we breathe. All of the damages we've done, we can change it if we change what we think about and change what our actions are that are creating it in the first place. Try to reverse mechanics everything that's going on, and you'll see the causes of everything that's destroying our air. Every single one of us are destroying the air, and we don't even see ourselves doing it because you can't reverse mechanics it. You want to believe it's out there, that somebody else is doing it. And it's like, at the end of the friggin' day, there's an apple tree that you're eating the friggin' apple. Stop eating the fucking apple. And then the air will clean instantly. But you gotta stop eating that friggin' apple. You gotta, like, it's all about, if you want to feel more love, you gotta feel love inside you first, not with stuff. If you want to feel that you can attract just about anything, then feel like you deserve anything without anything. Miracles can happen. You have to believe in them. And I mean, I've had the experience of, I had kids to feed and absolutely no money and no way of getting it. And I just decided, you know what, I'm not even going to look at my bank account, in a month when all of my money is gone. I know what's going to be in my bank account is going to be enough to get me through whatever it is I need to get through. And after that time period was over, just so that I could enjoy the life I had instead of filling my days up with worrying about, what's going to happen in 2 months when my money runs out, I ended up finding out somebody put $5,000 in my bank account, and I couldn't figure out who it was. There was no way of reversing the mistake because we couldn't tell who it was, and it came from the Middle East. And I don't know anybody in the Middle East. So it was like a miracle happened. And this can happen to every one of us. We have to learn what our blocks are from getting everything that we really want. You may think you want a car. You may think, you want that big house with the nice picket fence. But what is it you want by getting those things? Does it make you feel better than everybody else? Does it make, when I gave up all my stuff, you know how big of a relief it was? It was like I was fighting to pay that car payment. I was fighting to, pay that high rent. And I ended up moving into something that was low rent. And then I even found a nicer place, in God's, Florida, like it was paradise, beaches, desert, hot air, everything to calm me down with, all of this nature just outside my freaking door. And I found rent cheaper there. It had a pool, it had a hot tub, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, washer, dryer, fireplace, balcony, a view of the lake and the mountains. And it was cheaper than any other place I had rented, just because I gave up and said, okay, you're right, I'm crazy. And there was such a relief to not fight the system when they wanted to say that, hey, you're crazy. It's like, as soon as I said, okay, I'm crazy, all of a sudden they started paying me for being crazy. And then I don't want to take advantage of that, so I really put a lot of time into me healing, which I put in a lot of other my videos of how to make a transformation. But life has a way of just attracting everything it is you need, but you have to believe that that's possible. As soon as I gave up my car payments, it's like, how much I was able to breathe then? All of my stress just went away. I was so easy to calm down. I was so easy to find out, what is my purpose supposed to be? What is it I'm really supposed to be doing? My health started improving. I started getting happier. I started enjoying my life in perspective to, the last 51 years of fighting and struggling. at least there's a little bit more enjoyment in my life, although I need some improvement in that. I kind of like the rest of the world to be enjoying life too, but we need to change those prophecies and say everything is going to be better. Share this video, share this idea, rate it high. It will affect the web bots. You have to play the part in it, and you have to convince everybody you know to change the way they think, and then the whole future can unfold totally different. You have responsibility. Rate this high and share it and tell everybody you know. There is a possibility out there. Don't be living in fear.